What if I told you that the single most controversial strategy in fantasy football was the key to winning millions of dollars? I'm talking about a blueprint so powerful it can feel like you're cheating. But just last year, it got absolutely torched. The so-called experts who championed it looked like fools. Anyone who tried it got mauled as the top running backs defied the odds, stayed healthy, and just completely dominated. So why on earth am I bringing it up now? Because that exact scenario, where everyone gets burned and abandons a strategy, is what creates the perfect storm for its comeback. They're all zigging, flocking back to those safe, running back-heavy drafts, chasing last year's results. Today I'm going to show you why you need to zag. We are talking about the zero RB strategy, the very blueprint that took down huge tournaments just a couple of seasons ago is now primed for a massive return. I'm going to break down the entire game plan so you can build a powerhouse that your league mates won't see coming until it's far too late. The problem: why your league mates are set up to fail every single year. People march into their drafts with the same outdated mindset. They think the key to a championship is locking up a running back in the first round. They're chasing the ghost of the 2024 season, a year that was a complete anomaly for running back health. They saw people who took running backs early find success, and now they're convinced it's the only way to win. But they're forgetting a fundamental truth of this game. The running back position is a minefield. It's the most volatile, injury-prone position in the entire sport. Think about the draft capital you burn on a first or second round running back. Your entire season is riding on that one guy staying on the field and living up to massive expectations. One awkward tackle, one hamstring pull, and that top-tier pick becomes a black hole on your roster, sucking your championship hopes right down the drain. The traditional approach is built on praying for good luck. It forces you to hope your guy is one of the lucky few who avoids the carnage. While your league mates are playing not to lose, the zero RB strategy is built from the ground up to win. It doesn't just brace for the chaos of the running back position, it weaponizes it. While others are watching their season sink with their injured first-round picks, your team is engineered to get stronger and stronger as the season goes on. The solution: the zero RB philosophy. So what exactly is zero RB? At its core, it's a strategy where you completely fade running backs for at least the first 5 or 6 rounds. Instead of spending your most valuable picks on the most fragile assets, you build an untouchable roster at wide receiver and snag an elite, difference-making tight end or quarterback. You're creating a positional advantage over every single opponent at almost every other spot in your lineup. The whole idea, made famous by guys like Sean Siegel of RotoViz, is to exploit how other people draft. Your league mates are chasing perceived safety in the early rounds, but you're drafting for pure league-winning upside. While they're taking a running back who might get 15 touches a game, you're grabbing a wide receiver who could command over 150 targets. Then, once you've built this juggernaut of pass catchers, you pivot to running back in the middle and late rounds. This is where the magic happens. You're not drafting for week one starters, you're drafting for upside, for chaos, and for league-winning lottery tickets. You target players in messy, ambiguous backfields, grab high-value handcuffs, and pick up pass-catching specialists who can give you a solid weekly floor. The strategy is built on one simple proven premise: starting running backs will get hurt. It is inevitable. And when they do, the backups you drafted for pennies on the dollar suddenly become priceless. The blueprint, a 2025 zero RB mock draft talk, is cheap. Let's actually walk through how you execute this in a real 2025 draft. Let's say we're picking from the middle of the first round. Rounds 1 to 4, building the foundation. In the first round, while others are reaching for running backs, we're laughing all the way to the bank and grabbing an elite, target hog wide receiver. Give me a cornerstone like CeeDee Lamb or Jamar Chase. We're locking in a player who can win us weeks all by himself. In round 2, we stick to the plan. We snag another top-tier receiver. Think of someone like A.J. Brown, who brings a monster weekly ceiling. Now we have two absolute studs who project for a massive share of their team's offense, creating a huge weekly advantage. Round 3 is where we can get flexible. If a truly elite tight end like Brock Bowers or Trey McBride is sitting there, we pounce. Having a tight end who puts up WR1 numbers is a cheat code. If they're gone, we just hammer the receiver position again. A guy like T. Higgins or Jackson Smith and Jigba gives us an embarrassment of riches. By round 4, our receivers are a force of nature, and we can look to press our advantage elsewhere. This is a fantastic spot to grab an elite quarterback. If a player like Jalen Hurts is available, you don't think twice. A QB who can post 20-plus points every week paired with our receiving core makes our lineup nearly unstoppable. After 4 rounds, our opponents might have 2 good running backs, but we have a team that can outscore them at 4 other positions. Rounds 5-9. The RB ambush. Our foundation is rock solid. Now, it's time to build our running back room. We are not looking for established studs. We are hunting for specific types of players. First, we want the boring veteran who gets touches. Think James Conner or Chuba Hubbard. These guys aren't sexy picks, but they are their team's primary ball carrier and give us a stable floor to start the season. They're the bridge that gets us to our high upside plays. Next, we attack ambiguous backfields. These are the messy situations most people avoid, but for us, they're gold mines. Think about the backfields in Denver or Dallas this year. Drafting a player like Javonte Williams, J.K. Dobbins, or Jaden Blue in these rounds is a calculated, high upside bet. We don't need them to be the guy in week 1. We just need them to earn a role and be ready when opportunity inevitably knocks. We also have to grab high upside handcuffs. These are the players who are just 1 injury away from being a season changer. A player like Zach Charbonnet behind Kenneth Walker or Braylon Allen behind Breece Hall fits this mold perfectly. These are the lottery tickets that can transform our team from great to legendary. Late rounds and sleepers, the finish. In the late rounds, we keep stockpiling running backs and adding depth. We're throwing darts at rookie running backs with a path to playing time, like Jaden Blue in that murky Dallas backfield or Paishal Tootin in Jacksonville. These players have immense upside if the starters in front of them falter or get hurt. We're also looking for camp darlings that are getting a lot of buzz, like Jackery Krosky-Merritt in Washington. We just keep taking shots on running backs with potential, knowing we only need 1 or 2 of them to hit to complete our championship puzzle. Before I give you the final verdict on why this strategy is set to dominate 2025, if you're finding this blueprint valuable, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm breaking down winning strategies like this all season long, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Why 2025 is the year of the zero RB comeback? So why is this going to work now, after it face-planted in 2024? The answer is simple. The market has overcorrected. Last season, a highly unusual number of top running backs stayed healthy, which completely skewed the results. Now the pendulum is swinging back hard. Drafters are basing their strategy on last year's trends, pushing running backs way up the board and creating insane value at wide receiver. The hype for zero RB has cooled off, and that's exactly what we want. The strategy works best when it's contrarian, when everyone else is doing the opposite. The most common thing you'll hear is, "But my running backs will be a dumpster fire." That's small picture thinking. Your team isn't weak at running back. Your team is overwhelmingly dominant everywhere else. You're not trying to win the running back position in the draft. You're trying to build a roster so powerful at receiver, tight end, and quarterback that you can survive with replacement-level RBs until your mid-round lottery tickets inevitably hit. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable in September. Your running back group might look shaky to start the season, but come November, when your league mates' first-round picks are on injured reserve and they're desperately spamming the league with trade offers, you'll be sitting on a gold mine of ascending running back talent and a roster built for a championship. So to put a bow on it, punt the running back position early, build an unassailable fortress at wide receiver, and lock in an elite advantage at quarterback or tight end. Then in the middle and late rounds, relentlessly attack the running back position, targeting ambiguity, upside, and handcuffs. This strategy isn't for the faint of heart. It takes guts and a willingness to go against the current. But while your league mates are playing checkers, you'll be playing chess. Let them draft for perceived safety in the early rounds. You're drafting to win your entire league. And this year, when the dust settles, the Zero RB blueprint won't just win, it will dominate. Now go build your powerhouse.